Right now, we could be gearing up to hear something about a settlement between the SEC and Ripple. In this video, we're going to be talking about some news. There's a big meeting that's going to be held by the SEC. It's a closed-door meeting led by Gary Gensler, and some of the legal analysts that I've been watching that are really speculating about this meeting. They had some interesting things to say about what could be said in this meeting, what's going to be discussed, and the possibility of a Ripple settlement. Now, if you're following this story on Twitter and YouTube, there's a lot of speculation about a possible coming settlement. So we're going to talk about what that could look like, when that could be coming, as well as what that could actually do to the price of XRP. And if you just crawled out from under a rock, Dogecoin has just surged in the last day or two. It is now up to about 57 cents as of this recording. It surged to 61 cents last night before pulling back a little bit. Because let's just face it, Dogecoin is everywhere. It's all over Twitter. It's all over YouTube. It's all over the mainstream media. Whether they're making fun of it or whether they're actually interested in it, the name is out there. And that actually means something, and that actually pertains to XRP and Ripple, and I'll get into that in this video. And on the community tab on my profile, I actually asked the question, who is going to be the winner in the month of May? Is it going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I listed a couple others. I purposely left out XRP because I wanted to see what would happen. And exactly what I thought would happen, happened. So we're going to be talking about that, as well as what I have my eye on, my watch list, not just for the rest of this month, but for this altcoin season that we may or may not be getting into. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And in this channel, right now I'm covering the SEC versus Ripple case, as well as other cryptocurrency news, investment markets, personal finance, and stimulus check updates. So if any of those topics interest you, go ahead, click the subscribe button. Don't forget to tap that bell notification icon. That way YouTube will notify you when I release a new video. And I do, of course, when there are new developments. And right now, there is a ton of new developments. Also, if you're feeling really generous, I'd really appreciate it if you go ahead, click on that thumbs up button. It really helps out with a newer YouTube channel like this. It basically tells YouTube to share this video with new audiences. So with that being said, let's jump into it. So we're going to start with Dogecoin hitting at 61 cents before pulling back a little bit. And why that ramp up has just been going crazy the last couple of days. Is it due to the fact that Elon Musk, who's been promoting Dogecoin over his Twitter feed, is actually one of the biggest influencers that Twitter has, and is now going on Saturday Night Live. Now, in America, that used to be a huge show with a major audience. Not so much anymore, but it's still a mainstream news outlet. Now, there's speculation as to whether they're going to do any kind of jokes or memes or skits related to Dogecoin or any Doge-related themes. And a lot of people are speculating that that could introduce new audiences into what Dogecoin actually is. I've seen other videos that cover cryptocurrencies, and they say they have friends and family that they're just now jumping into the cryptocurrency scene, and the first thing they bought was Dogecoin. Or they asked, should I buy Dogecoin, as the first thing. So it's a really interesting scenario and a really interesting factor that Elon Musk going on Saturday Night Live. To me, I think some of those skits and whatever he does is going to be popular on when they're put on YouTube, not actually during the time of airing. And some other people are speculating that this is all just kind of smoke and mirrors to get ratings for Saturday Night Live because they're tanking. And I think both are partly true. So is this actually going to affect Dogecoin, and will it run up? Now, a lot of people are saying it will probably go to $1, and others are saying what you're going to see is a high probably around Thursday, maybe even Friday, before it actually airs, and a lot of people are going to dump and take the gains that they made this past week because of all this news, and that after the Saturday Night Live event, it's basically just going to crash. And it may actually consolidate back down to 30-40 cents. But based on what XRP has been doing, just by staying in the news, I think it's actually going to survive and stay above that 40-50 cent level for quite some time. Because in my opinion, XRP staying in the news is actually part of the one of the biggest reasons that it's actually been able to not only sustain its price, but actually climb and weather certain massive downturn sessions, find its way back to where it is now. Now, this SEC case, a lot of people were speculating that when it initially happened, I think it was bad news. But now that XRP and Ripple have been getting these little wins along the way, it's been building a lot of positive momentum. And so whether or not the news that comes out of this meeting tomorrow is good, bad, or indifferent, I honestly don't know that it would move too much south. I think there's really only upside for XRP in this. Because if there's no news, or even if there's bad news, there might be a little consolidation. But ultimately, Gary Gensler said back in 2018 that he thinks the courts are going to decide this, whether it's a local court or a Supreme Court. He feels that it's going to be a court deciding it, not the SEC. Even if, like I said, there's no news or bad news coming out of this meeting, it would probably then ultimately be decided in the courts if there's not a settlement or if it's not dropped altogether. However, if there is good news coming out of this meeting, it's probably not going to happen right away. The settlement if there is one, it would be offered, first it would go through council, and there would be a lot of different things that they were actually probably negotiate throughout a settlement process. Now, what could actually look like, who knows, because the SEC is really free to offer whatever kind of settlement that they deem fit. Because what they're saying is that XRP was a security, but there's a massive difference between XRP from 2013 to XRP in 2021. And being that there's so many different platforms, customers, investors, and things that are now riding on XRP, to just pull the rug out probably doesn't make the SEC look too good, and they could face a little too much backlash than they would actually want. So a settlement, in my mind, probably looks something like this. There would probably be some sort of monetary fine. They may have to actually follow some new regulations and do new things. But in my opinion, I don't think Ripple is going anywhere. Ripple Labs isn't going anywhere. XRP is not going anywhere. Speaking of altcoin seasons, Bitcoin dominance is down to 46%, which if you watch other YouTubers and people on Twitter following the crypto bull run, that's a pretty big indication that it's altcoin season. Now, some people say altcoin season is just beginning. Ethereum hitting new all-time highs just the other day. Some people are saying that's the start of the altcoin season. Bitcoin isn't really going to go anywhere for quite a while. Well, the more I've been looking into it, there's really two trains of thought. Number one is that Bitcoin is kind of in that dip before it takes a major run-up by the end of the year. The other one is that Bitcoin is actually hitting its peak in this bull run, and it's going to start to consolidate, and the altcoin season is now starting. Now, based on some of the major players and major investors in this that have big predictions for Bitcoin, you might not think that that's going to happen. You might be thinking that Bitcoin has a long way to go yet. So for instance, BitBoy Crypto is a big YouTube channel that follows this stuff. His prediction is 322,000 for Bitcoin by the end of the year. PrimeBTX, which is another big channel, follows this, is predicting about the same, 325,000 for Bitcoin by the end of the year. Pantera Capital, which is a hedge fund, is predicting 115,000 by the end of summer. And then you have some of the major financial sectors jumping into this. Citigroup is predicting 300,000 by the end of this year. JP Morgan is predicting 250,000 by the end of the year. And of course, one of the biggest players in all is Michael Saylor, who owns a ton of Bitcoin, says this is going to at least 200 to 300,000 by the end of the year. So if you would look into those, you'd think, okay, well, the altcoin season might have to wait until the end of the year when that Bitcoin cap actually hits, then the altcoin season can start again. The other train of thought is that, like I said, Bitcoin is topping out and the altcoin seasons are starting to run. So is Ethereum hitting their all-time high the other day? Was that just a false start? Or is it the actual start? XRP is one of those that could be affected, whether it's the start of an altcoin season or whether that was a false start and have XRP actually go nowhere. But it's still on my watch list. So I'm going to wrap up this video by giving you guys what is on my watch list for this summer. Most of them are altcoins, and most of them revolve around the DeFi sector, but you'll see what I mean. Let me know in the comment section below if you're following these as well, or if there's some others that you're really following and keeping a close eye on for the summer. So here we go. I'm looking at Ethereum. I'm looking at XRP, VeChain, Chainlink, Uniswap, Helium, Litecoin, and Filecoin. And like I said, if there's ones that you guys are keeping an eye on, let me know in the comment section down below. But those are the ones that I'm really keeping an eye on to have a big push this summer. I'll be making some other videos specifically about some of those smaller ones, but this one I wanted to give a little bit more of an XRP update. Like I said, Thursday is a huge meeting, so you're going to want to stay tuned. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button and hit the bell notification. That way you'll be notified when I release that video and we can talk about what's going on. And finally, I got one question for you guys. It's over on the community tab on this channel, so if you haven't visited there yet, go ahead. I have some polls up, some questions up. It's really fun and really interesting to see what the Late Night Grind community is following. So if you want to see what the rest of my subscribers are thinking, go ahead and check out that poll. I put up a new one just recently. This is what the question is. If you had to put all of your crypto holdings into one currency, into one token, into one coin, whatever it is, for the next 30 days, so until June 4th, which one would it be? I gave a couple of options there, but it might not be the one you want, so comment in the comment section down below in that poll which one you would actually pick. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.